Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Very Collector. Hope everyone is doing well. So today we're gonna have a little of a collection update, which I think was due, as haven't posted in quite a while, and things got bigger. So I'm gonna start off, as you can see here, first with my seal collection, and then I'm gonna go into my singles, which are not many, but I do have a surprise for you in the end of this video. So here just have a wardrobe with my seal collection. It is mostly motor apart, just two blisters, which I'm going to show you, which are right here. Everything else just modern Yu-Gi-Oh. So let's just get started. I don't want to keep you too long. So as you can see here, we have 4 boxes of Power of the Elements, and so when you see multiple, it means that I'm happy and willing to sell at least one. So in this case, I'm happy to sell or trade. I'm also open always for trades. A box of Power of the Elements. They're all English, unless I say so. They're just a couple of Japanese, but everything is in English and first edition. So here we have also, as you can see, so these are open. I just have cards inside. And I open a Photon Hypernova Party Element Japanese version. I do have some singles. If you want them, hit me up. I can tell you what I have. So we have 2 booster boxes of Photon Hypernova English first ad. There's one up there, which I'm going to show you. So in total I have 3. So these are also for sale or trade. 1 booster box of Battle of Chaos, which I opened a case in the channel. It was my first video. Go check. 1 box of Rage of Ra, this again first ad, and 1 box of Dawn of Majesty, which I think it's a bit underrated. Boxes are quite cheap, but I understand because cards are not playable. They're just actually just the Stardust, which is worth a lot. Other than that, it's just not really worth opening. So again, the camera's not gonna be great, so I do apologize, but I'm trying to do my best. So here, as I said, it's the only vintage product I have is 2 blisters of Technical Evolution, first ad American. One of these is for sale or trade, so hit me up if you're interested. And then here behind here we have, let me move, as you can see, the Grunt Creators, Tactical Masters, and 2 boxes of duos from Deep last year Legendary Duel list. So I do have every 2022 box, but included like sets, primary sets, and specials. I do have some of 2020 and 2021, as you'll be able to see. So here I just have a bulk. I opened a case that goes from past 2. So I have bulk. If you're interested in any playable cards like Blue Bear, any Despian stuff, just hit me out. I have a ton of those. Behind here, 2 boxes, as you can see, of Ghosts from the Past 2. That's behind here is a box of Ghosts from the Past 1, and Dimension Force, King's Court, and Blazing Vortex, as you can see. So that's the first drawer, and then up here I have so here there's a bunch of Battle of Chaos, Ultras, and secrets that are for sale. There's a bunch of cards, as you can see, from Ghosts from Past 2 that are also for sale or trade, the most playable ones. And here, let me just move. Okay, so here we have, again, as I said, the other box of Photon Hypernova. Again, I have 3, so a few are for sale or trade. This is the only sealed Pokemon product I have, is a box of Evolving Skies. I was able to pick it up when it was cheaper than this. Apparently turned out a good move. And this is for trade as well, or sell. Mostly trade. And for Yu-Gi-Oh as well, I'm looking for GX card cards. So if you do have them and you're interested in anything of the things I have, please hit me up. I'm happy to trade or sell, and we can manage a deal. And then here, let me move this. we have 2 sealed of Fluttering Pronoa and Party Elements Japanese, a box of Rise and Rampage first set, and English, as I said, everything's in English, and Dark and Blast first set, obviously. They don't have the unlimited, they do have the unlimited for Rise and Rampage, but it should be first set. Let me check. Yes, first set. So behind there, let me just show you. So those are 2 2022 tins, and I also have 1 2021 tin below the Brothers of Legend. So here I have 2 Battle of Legend, Crystal Revenge. One is potentially for Shell of Trade, and then as you can see, Brothers of Legend 2021 tin, and just structured that. So other than that, let me see. Speed Duel GX, I just bought it for fun. And then this is bulk. And here I have the cards that I'm going to show you on the playmat in just a second. And also, I do have 2 boxes of Legendary Duelists. The latest one, I think it's Season 3. So if you want one of those, just hit me up. I just have it in the drawer because they're huge. So if you want one of those, hit me up. And let's meet at the playmat, and I'm going to show you my singles. And here we go. So again, it's nothing too crazy, but I'm happy to show you. So I'll just start with the not valuable cards. I just have these in a top loader because it was the first case I ever opened. So it was obviously Battle of Chaos, and I wanted to keep them well. So again, Master of Chaos cover card. They only give it an Ultra, but it's pretty cool. Florries, Illusion of Chaos, which the big surprise is I'm going to do my first PSA submission. So I might, so I'm gonna obviously send the higher hand card, but I might send this because it's really clean. So as it might have a chance to get a 10, so centering is pretty good, and there's only a teeny bit of white that for an European print is this one, as you can see here. That's the only one there's in the corners. Other than that, I can assure you it's really clean. Maybe a bit on the top right, but it's not visible. This is only visible one. Other than that, centering is good, surface is perfect. So I think I might send it, because if it does get a 10, then it'll be worth it otherwise. I mean, it's a good looking card. I like it. Guardian Chimera, which obviously dropped after the printer and collector error. Blue Eyes kept moving higher, as it is a Blue Eyes after all. And this is a Vampire. I actually saw a PSA 9 of this for sale, and this I think is like a $5 card. So I was a bit confused. So let's get started with the higher hand card. No, actually, first let's get started with these. So this is a set of cards from PGB1, so Prismatic God Box 1. I think it was 2020 Japanese release, where you could find one of each in every box, but you didn't know which one you were gonna get. So that's what makes them a bit valuable. Obviously, Prismatic super rare, and they're still in the sealed plastic, as you can see. So this case, which is not the original, unfortunately, and they're still sealed. So these are for sale or trade. So if you're interested in the set, I preferably would sell them as a set. If you're interested, just hit me up. Again, they're for sale or trade. I can always send pics and whatever. But yeah, happy to sell these. And then, so everything else I'm going to show you, apart from the graded cards, I am planning on giving away to my to do a submission. So let's start. So I have this Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon Ghost Rail, which I pulled when I opened the case of Ghost Rail Pass 2. The only thing is, I'm a bit unsure on this because on the hollow, there's some dots, which are very common. I don't know if you can see them up here. There's some dots, and that's not ideal. But man, Gusser are just sick. Other than that, I mean, centering could be better, and the corners are what they are for being a European print. So if I do send it, I'm not expecting that. Might even get a 7, which quite upsetting. Next one up is Wind Dragon Raw again. Sphere more. This is pretty good. Hollow is good. Centering is decent, and the corners are what they are, unfortunately. And then let me just see. And then the last ghost that I pulled was this Red Dragon Archfiend. Again, this is just dirt. Perfect hollow, no scratches. Again, this is dirt. It's on the card, this one here. Center is pretty good, a bit off center, left to right. And corners are what they are. We like 9 on this. Maybe, I think Wind Dragon and Red Dragon might get a 9. Blue Eyes maybe an 8. And then my latest pickup, which was this Volcanic Doomfire. So I love this card. I think it's one of the most underrated GX card. And I am trying to collect all GX's color cards. Not in pristine conditions, but the best I can find. So around PSA 8 or so. Some 7 because crazy expensive. So I bought this for a decent price, and it's really clean. If it wasn't for the back here on the top, there's one and a few scratches. So I'm gonna send it. I'm not gonna get a good grade. Ideally, it gets a 7. If it gets less, I won't be surprised. This is not. It's just the hollow line, as well as this circle here. Maybe a few scratches here, but I don't know. Yeah, the main thing is the one here on top. And that's, I mean, the front is perfect clean, and I just love it, man. Look at this. I understand why it's so cheap. I tried to buy a PSA 9 on eBay, but seller didn't agree on the price, I guess. But yeah, I don't like to overpay. And then let's get into other things I pulled. So last 2 things I pulled are the Dark Magician Starlight, which is perfect. I do pull, so this might have a chance for a 10. At the worst, I hope it's gonna get a 9. I mean, look at this. I think it's a bit underrated. There's 2 of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh figures. There's a DMG and DM. So I think it is a bit underrated. It was around 200 euros / dollars back when it first released. And now it dropped a bit, but as you can see, this is clean. It's really clean. I mean, I just sleeve it after I pulled it. Corners are good. But yeah, ideally a 10, if not a 9. But anything below a 9, I would be a bit disappointed. And then the last card I pulled, which was this Get Close from Power of the Elements, Japanese, which apparently it's really hard to find. There's not many for sale. And it is Japanese. It looks perfect. So I'm looking for a 10 here. Its centering is like, I don't think I've ever seen such perfect centering, and corners are great. They are, so just maybe this one is bit of white. So open for a 10. Maybe that could be the only thing that could get us a 9. Other than that, it's just perfect. And then let's go on to the 2 Pokemon cards that I'm gonna submit. I personally picked up this at a card game show in October of last year. So this Giratina, I think it might get a 9 because it is a bit off center. But I mean, this card is just sick. It just is. And I think I remember it might have a line, factory line on the back. Oh, this one. I don't know if you can see it here. There's a little line, but I think it's, there you go. It's right there. I don't know. I hope you can see it. I think it's a factory line. So I don't know if that's gonna be graded, but it is a bit off center. So other than that, it's just perfect. Hoping for a 10, obviously, but if it gets a 9, I won't be surprised, and just a great card. And then this Rayquaza from Evolving Skies. This is perfect. It only has a, which apparently I find out it's called a Pink Hickey from the factory, which I'm gonna show you just a minute. So center is good, surface is perfect, there's nothing. Centering is good. It just has this Pink Hickey from the printer. Just be careful here, right here. Which I read on the internet, there's 10s who got, I mean, there's cards who got a 10 with this small of a Hickey. They don't bother. Again, below a 9, I mean, these 2 Pokemons, below a 9 will be a fail. But they're perfect. This centering is good, so looking for a 10 here in Rayquaza. Guess we'll find out. And then the biggest card of them all is this Stardust Starlight. So this, to be completely honest, it is perfect. It's just really off center. So I'm looking for an 8. It does have some lining on the corners here. Mainly top right and bottom right. As you can see, this is pretty clean and just a bit, but it's mainly this to the right. So again, they're all European prints, so I'm not surprised. It is really off center, so looking for an 8. If it gets a 9, I'll be blessed, but potentially looking for an 8. So that's all the cards I'm gonna be sending. And then my last 3, hopefully I'm not making this too long. My last 3 graded cards that I have in my collections are, let me start small. So those one I picked up. This Lifer from GBI 9 Ultra Rare. Great card. And then last month I picked up this Ancient Gear Golem BGS 8.5. Paid a good price. Wasn't a great deal, but it was a deal. Yeah, sometimes I wonder how this got an 8.5. Yeah. So again, collecting your GX score cards. If you have some, hit me up for sale or trade. I'm happy to buy them. So please do. And then last but not least, so latest pickup is from my friend Tiziano. Great buyer. It was nice to make a deal with him. This Raviel Italian Unlimited. Got a 9, but the car moves within this lab, which, my god. And it did have a chance for a 10. There's just a tiny bit of white on the, I think what's here. Also, yeah, the plastic broke, unfortunately, but it's nothing major. I'm gonna get rid of it, but I just like to keep it in plastic, but it just, yeah. We're looking card. Pop 1, higher grade on this Unlimited. There's an Italian PSA 8 first ad, but Unlimited is highest grade and Pop 1. So happy to have it. And yeah, so that was it for my collection. update. I hope you like it. Hope you enjoyed. As I said, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're interested in any of the cards I have for sale or trade, such as this card set. And if you do have some GX cards, please hit me up. Happy to trade, happy to buy. And hopefully next video will be on the PSA return of these cards. And thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram. I am more active there. And I'll see you next one. Thank you.